Israel says its troops are operating in the heart of Gaza City. They are targeting Hamas's commanders and also the terror group's infrastructure. And as we see this fighting intensify, there are more Gazans that are fleeing that combat zone. And you can see some images here of that happening. Some are carrying white flags. They're holding up their ID papers. Israel has opened up an evacuation corridor, a humanitarian corridor, for a few hours each day since Saturday, urging civilians to go south to safety. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has demanded the Red Cross work to free the 240 hostages, 42 according to the IDF, that have been kidnapped by Hamas a month ago. What you're seeing now is video of a vigil. This was held at the West Wall in Jerusalem, where Israelis prayed for their safe return. Joining me now, Fleur Hassan-Nahoum. She's the Deputy Mayor of Jerusalem. Thank you for being back and welcome back to the program. As we watched this tribute and we heard some of the family members speaking a couple of hours ago, it seems as though their frustrations are growing stronger, that so much time has passed and still no update on the hostages. What are they telling and sharing with you?
Well, imagine the agony of a parent, especially parents with babies, with small children, whose children are there and they don't have anything. They haven't had proof of life. They don't know if they're injured, if they're wounded, if they're being taken care of. And the Red Cross has done absolutely nothing. No, I'm wrong. You know what they've done? They've sent a letter to the Israel Prison Authority to see how we're treating the Hamas terrorists that we captured. So that's what the Red Cross have been doing.
Is that because the Red Cross doesn't have access to the hostages being held by Hamas because of the hostile relationship and because of what Hamas has carried out? I mean, there has to be more to that, right?
Yes, unfortunately, Hamas operatives have embedded themselves in the so-called international humanitarian organizations that have been working in Gaza for many, many years. They have taken over UNRWA, which is a United Nations organization, which operates in Gaza and manages its schools. They're completely operated by Hamas people. And I believe also the Red Crescent. Only a few days ago, we found out that there were terrorists escaping in ambulances. And so, unfortunately, these organizations have been infiltrated by Hamas terrorist group. Or I hate to think that they don't want to help the Israeli hostages, and they haven't lifted a finger to do so. I don't think the question here is access. I think that if they demanded from Hamas, who owes them a lot, I think that they would get at least access, a list, proof of life. And these parents are right to feel the way that they feel. I can't even begin to imagine the agony of every day, every hour that goes by. And every day that goes by, they feel further and further away from bringing them home. Right. And so we have to keep talking about it, and we have to keep pressurizing, and the whole world has to pressurize the countries that can have an influence on Hamas.
And I hear what you're saying about misinformation. It's difficult to get accurate information out of Gaza, and access has been an issue for aid organizations and also for journalists to be able to tell those stories. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.